Hey everyone, Soundwave884 here, the Transformers Studio Series review. In this review, I take a look at Transformers the movie Scourge. This is part of the Studio Series 86 line, where it's going to incorporate the 86 characters from the 86 movie. Or just characters from the 86 movies, not all 86. Jazz is a part of this line, and he's a straight up 84 G1 Transformer. So this is the box for Scourge, and you can see the insert inside with a reformatting scene. Turn to the side. He is a Voyager class. He's 8605. Turn to the back. Big screen inspired. Big screen inspired. He is a Herald of Unicron. And down here it says Unicron reformats Thundercracker into Scourge. Now I think I know why Cyclonus is in Kingdom and not Studio Series. Why I wish they made a Studio Series version. The Kingdom one is pretty close. It's not exact, whereas this is going for more exact looks. But the Kingdom version, I think they didn't want to try to make up their minds, a decision. Is it Bombshell? Is it Skywarp? I know some people have come out, I think Flint Dilley came out and said that it is Skywarp. The animation clearly shows Bombshell when it goes with if it goes with the audio. And you could make up your mind, it could be either or. Based on toys, Cyclonus took Skywarp's spot in the Decepticon Jets part in the flyer. So it's a toss-up. Make it what you will, but you can see, you'll see in the backdrop, I'll get more explain on that. And this is box art right here, it's also right here. And top, it's got the Transformers the movie logo all in it, which is so cool. So let's take this backdrop out and take a look at that with Scourge. There's the backdrop. So they did this with Cyclonus. They have the other ones back there. You can see where Kickback and Shrapnel become the two sweeps. If they did this with Cyclonus, they would have to have either Skywarp or Bombshell back there. If they did it by the animation, Skywarp would be one in the back. So they're just trying to not have to tell us definitively, and because they'll just cause more arguments anyway. And you just place him right there. It's a lovely figure. I've posted some of this on Facebook already, pictures of this guy. Someone said that they were scrolling. They thought this was X-Transbot's version. He looks like a masterpiece. This guy here looks like a masterpiece. Now, he may not feel like a masterpiece just because it is a normal retail Hasbro toy. So he's gonna be pretty lightweight. He's not very hollow or anything. He's just lightweight. But he looks excellent, and he is an excellent, the best Scourge. This was the figure out of what was revealed a few months ago that I was the most wanting. Was this Scourge. Probably followed by like the Cyclonus, Inferno, and stuff like that. I was really, really wanting this guy here. He is cool, so we'll just go ahead and take him off his little pedestal. Now put him on. More ways than one, and we'll take a closer look at the details on this figure. Alright, so Scourge, right off the bat, that head sculpt is a thing of beauty. Just look at that. Kind of, from certain angles, like he's snarling, and he's kind of like, I don't want to get into this battle. Like he may have like a little smile. It's just, certain angles, he looks evil. He looks cool. I really do like it. The red eyes are painted nice. He's got the red paint here. I do have little boo-boos here on my Decepticon insignia on his chest. Otherwise, the rest of the paint is applied pretty well. I do like, and he does have a lot of paint. Like this all is paint right here, so just beware of paint chippage. His hands are all paint. I do like the fact that they have one closed, hold his weapon, and they have one open. And I like the open because you can be sort of expressive with it, and you can pose them with an open hand, and it looks cool. It's something different instead of having two closed fists like that. Come down here, I kind of wish they added a little bit of that pink to his toes, but otherwise it's fine. Come to the back side, you can see where all his boat pieces fold up right here on his back. And he's got these little extra bits here for the extra little wings on the side. It is a very, very cool figure, and one, he's got some red paint right inside there as well. I'm happy to have this figure. Is awesome, but he is Scourgeous, very much so. So we're gonna do some quick comparisons with some other Scourges from the past. Next to G1 Scourge, and yes, my G1 Scourge needs a little TLC to really pep him up. But you can see the evolution from G1 to Studio Series. Next to Chug Scourge, I'm not sure, is this Universe Thrilling 30? I think it's Thrilling 30. I'm not positive, but Generation Scourge, this is the earlier one. You can see that he was a deluxe figure transformed into like a different kind of spaceship, more Earth-like. So you can see the difference there. He's a deluxe, he's a Voyager, so of course he's going to be a lot bigger. Now here he is next to Transformer Legends Scourge. This is the Takara Tomy effort during the Titans Returns lines here in North America. We had a more toy-looking, darker Scourge, whereas Takara put out a more cartoon decoed Scourge, and he was my go-to Scourge. He looks really good. He still looks good. He's a Headmaster, though, or Titan Master, or whatever they call him now. But he's deluxe in scale, so he doesn't really scale with the new Warpath Cybertron series figures. So he's kind of going to be kicked to the curb, as this guy here is definitely taking the spot. Next to the old Reveal the Shield Cyclonus. This Cyclonus came in a 2-pack with Classics Hot Rod, hence why he has the rub sign on his chest. And this was an excellent Cyclonus, one of my favorite figures I've ever had. He's got excellent light piping. It looks really good like a G1 Cyclonus, but he's also a deluxe figure. He's pretty tall for a deluxe, kind of high with him. But they don't scale well together. Scourge is beefy. This Cyclonus looks anorexic. I need to take him to a pizza buffet to feed him some food. He needs to beef up. He's been skipping leg day, apparently. Here he is next to Titans Returns Galvatron. And yes, my Galvatron has some upgrades. The headpiece here, I believe, is from Toy Hacks. He's got something else over here. I can't remember where I got it from to make his cannon go more on the outside. He is kind of big compared to the Scourge, so they don't really, I think they don't really scale well. I think Galvatron was, scale-wise, meant to be a lot bigger than Scourge. Scourge was supposed to be shorter than Cyclonus and Galvatron. But I believe we're getting a new Galvatron. I'm not sure if it's Kingdom or Studio Series. I believe it's Kingdom, so maybe we'll get one a little more, I'd say, better made. This figure here, they retooled into or redone into the Super Megatron. But he's got a lot of hollow bits, and he's just kind of weird. He doesn't really fit in next to this aesthetic. It's kind of mismatched. And here he is next to Earthrise Thundercracker, the guy that turns into this guy. And this is them compared. They're pretty much about the same size and everything, so it really fits in. You could do your own little stop motions or videos or pictures and try to edit this and have him turning into him. And to show him off real quick, next to a deluxe Autobot from Titans Returns, that's actually a Transformers Legends Cup, who I still think it looks a little bit better than the Studio Series Cup that's coming out. That's the scale from them two right there if you have that figure. And also next to his animation model, or a steal from the Transformers the movie. Accessories, he comes with a gun, which is sort of based off his G1 gun. Of course, there's a little more hollow bits molded into this gun here. And it does support blast effects, and he does come with a purple blast effect. So you can just stick it right there on the tip. Kind of got bent in the package, and it's actually a little more tough blast effects, not as soft and squishy as some of the others. So it is a little more hard. So you take the gun, you can stick it right here in his hand, and yes, you can get his arms to work around to where you can have the front handle here into the other hand, so he is holding it as well. He's an excellent figure. I guess we can go over some articulation. He's got hips to there. You can kick back, you just gotta move this stuff out of your way. And even his joints are tight on this figure. Not overly tight, but they're new. You just gotta break them in. He's got ankle tilts to there, not very deep. Be careful when grabbing his feet, because it just kind of snapped on. Actually pop the front of his foot off. Now I've also knocked one of these things off as well, so things can't come off on this guy. So just be watching out for that. You don't knock something off. He's got a little bit of a thigh swivel up here, not very much, and you can 360 him around. He does have a waist swivel. Even all this stuff on him, there's nothing in the way. You can easily 360 him around. Shoulders go to there. Now that's one thing you can't really 360. You're just going to hit this. You got a tight bicep swivel. Elbow bends to there, and you do have wrist swivels on both hands, so you can pose them in different ways. And the head, you got a little down, a slight, really no up. It's just back to being straight. You can't 360 because he ends up hitting the stuff on the side. I forgot to turn his head thing. This is actually supposed to be this way in robot mode. Sorry, people have been watching 10 minutes of my video and his thing's been on wrong up top. But it's actually supposed to be like that in robot mode. You turn it around for vehicle mode. I just forgot to turn it back. Just remember to twist that thing back around. I just did not. But he is an excellent figure, and one I am very happy to have. He is just gorgeous in robot mode. It's a beautiful, beautiful toy. Alright, so let's transform Studio Series Scourge. First thing we do, there's a tab and a slot right there. Just tap his legs together. Boom. Take this back here, this little toe, the heel spur. Fold that in. Fold his toes down. That. All the way. There we go. Take his arms, straighten them out. Up here, you can see where there's a seam. Just grab that, and you're going to pull that off. There's a tab where it locked in. There's a little slot right here. See, there's a tab right here. I'm just going to bring that down, and you're going to tab that into that slot right there. So you just want to find that, line it up, and just tab that in. Do the same on the other side. Bring it down. Oh, the way. And just tab that in as well. Now you want to turn them to the back side here. Grab them at the wings. They are tabbed in right there. Just untab those and then kind of straighten them out to the sides. These pieces here will then come down on these hinges. Just sort of unfolds right down. So it's like you folded towels and they unfolded. On the side here is this little piece here. Just want to bring that out. Do that both sides. And you see it kind of hits there. You just want to bring it out and around that. These pieces here, bring them up. Knock that piece down. Now the middle piece here, you got this little T-tab and this little spot here. You want to get that up and around that and lock that in around it. You probably will see, knock it out like I just did. That. Stop arguing with me. Alright, and come on the other side. Do the same thing on this side as well. Like so. Come to the piece up here on the top that I forgot to spin around. Spin it around 180. That. Come here and take this piece back here. Bring that up and onto that. Come at this piece right here. You want to bring that up like this. Then you want to grab his whole head assembly and it will pull out from his torso and bring that down, and you're just going to flatten it out. There is a slot here, a tab right here on his butt. You just want to bring that down, tab it in, and then continue to straighten the rest of this out like this. And you come back to the back end here, and you see there's two tabs, two slots. You're just going to bring that back, and you're going to tab that in back there. And this piece here, just push that flat. Now you want to take these wings and you want to hinge them back into the middle here, and you're going to tab this one with this one. So you just want to bring these up and in, and you will tab that together. And on the back side here, everything will go right around it. There are little tabs back here that will go underneath that, like this. And you'll take this piece here. You will now fold this over the face to hide the face. See how this kind of fits right in. Come down here to this piece. They will just fold in like this and fold them flat. Just make sure you get everything tightly tabbed. And there is Scourge in his space boat mode. It's a very well done rendition of the Transformers movie Scourge. It does have some details on the figure. One of these sides doesn't like to stay tabbed in very well. Otherwise, he looks really good. It's not as detailed as some of the Warpath Cybertron figures. That's because they're going for the animation look, and a lot of the animation was kind of plain in parts just for ease of animation, so they had to draw so much detail. But the 86 bots, a lot of them from the movie, did get a decent amount of detail onto the figures and the characters in the movies too. So he looks pretty cool. I do like it. Turn to the back, you can kind of see where his hands are hiding in here. His feet fold up. He's got these spots back here where you can put weaponizers probably on his feet. Also, you can use that for, I don't have another one that size over here with me, but you can, we'll show a smaller one in there. But you can do different blast effects for him flying, or you know, rocketing through space, or Earth's atmosphere, or char, or wherever, Cybertron. Also, his gun does have a side peg, so you can stick it onto the side of the space boat mode right there. You can do either side. If you do the other side, the gun is going to be upside down or facing the rear. as the peg hole is on the side, unless you just turn over and do the actual gun side. But then the little extra handle kind of gets in the way a little bit. He does have his purple blast effect, which you can stick over this little piece here. It isn't a snug fit unless you really stuff it on there. But now, I wish they had a long beam so you can have him reenact if you have multiples of this guy ripping Ultra Magnus to pieces, or blasting at him is what you're getting here. So, very cool. I do like Scourge. I've always had a little thing for the 86 Transformers movie Decepticons. Cyclonus being probably my favorite of the three. Galvatron I like a lot. And I like Scourge too, but he's probably my least favorite of the three. But I still like him a lot more than some of the other Decepticons that came out in that time frame. Alright, so we'll do some comparisons with other Scourges in vehicle mode and also with a Cyclonus. Let's do this with G1 Scourge. Yes, I know my G1 Scourge needs some toy hack stickers to get him back to G1 quality. He was a well played with toy. Yeah. And next to the Takara Legends Scourge, this was the one that came out a few years ago. It's got more of a G1 deco. Pretty cool. I was really happy with this guy, but this guy here so far just blows this one right out of the water. Now next to the Titans Return Scourge. This one is done more of a deco to favor the G1 toy. And next to whatever Scourge this is, I can't remember if it's Thrilling 30, it's Chug Scourge. He was done more of a different kind of ship, more, I guess, earthy, you could say it. It looks good for what it is of the time and being an updated, different mode for Scourge. But if you want something that's just strictly G1, this Studio Series is really going to hit all the marks because, hell, it is based purely on the G1 movie. And next to the Cyclonus from back in the, I think it was revealed the Shield line. He came out in a 2-pack with Hot Rod. This one is probably more of the G1 looking Cyclonus. This is him in his alt mode. I can't wait to get Kingdom. I think it would probably scale and look a little bit better with this Scourge than this one does. I just kind of wish we got Cyclonus actually in the 86 Studio Series line. Here he is next to Transformers Legends Blur. Just for a scale with some of the other Autobots, he is, you know, about the same length in a way, but he's a lot bigger and wider. And here he is next to Wavemate Hot Rod. Now, Hot Rod is actually a deluxe size figure in a Voyager packaging because it's almost like Masterpiece because he just comes with a crap ton of accessories. Final thoughts on Studio Series 86 Scourge. Pick him up. He is an excellent figure. The best Scourge I've ever held in my hands. Because I've never held a Masterpiece version though, or third-party version. But this version is perfection. On to the next one. Peace out.